Okay.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
start.
Okay. First of all, congratulations for raising 8 million in Series A round. I mean, wonderful. During this tough times, you guys managed to raise a Series A funding. So that's really amazing work that you have done. Uh, okay.
Thanks a
So
lot.
now, yeah. So now coming to you guys are based in Delhi, I believe.
So I'm based out of New York, and
Okay.
right
Okay.
now
Okay.
I'm in Delhi. So our
Okay.
headquarters is technically in New York, but we have a larger workforce here in Gurgaon, Delhi
Okay.
NCR.
Mm-hmm.
But we currently already have offices in New York, which is the HQ, and
Mm-hmm.
then Gurgaon, Delhi NCR, Mumbai, and Bangalore. We
Okay.
are also opening up two offices, one in London and the other one in Singapore.
Great. Amazing. Okay. So, Adit, the first question that I would like to ask you is like, how did you guys come up with this idea? I mean, if you can tell me about a bit about yourself and your other co-founders, and then if you can tell me like what you were earlier doing, and then how you guys came up with this idea of Leena AI, and what actually made you think that chalo, let's we can do this, and then you beautifully pulled it off. So, if you can tell me, like how it started, what was the genesis?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, Debarghya. So essentially, the three of us know each other since the first year of college. So in 2011, we were in the first year of our BTech degrees from IIT Delhi, right?
Oh.
So
Mm-hmm.
we were in the same hostel of IIT Delhi, Aravali hostel, and that's where we met and became great friends.
Okay.
Over the course of 4 years, where we were getting our undergraduate degree from IIT,
Mm-hmm.
we basically did a lot of projects. We did one in automatic content summarization, then we
Mm-hmm.
did another one in facial recognition,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, doing these projects and participating in numerous competitions,
Mm-hmm.
even IIT projects, gave us the confidence that hey, we can build something meaningful together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
even though the four of us had jobs at the end of our you know
Placement.
undergraduate degree, that's 2015,
Mm-hmm.
we had jobs from top companies, but we decided to take risk and try and build something of our own. That's
Mm-hmm.
basically where our entrepreneurial journey started.
Mm-hmm.
We initially started off building Chatteron, which is a horizontal platform that enables anyone to create chatbots without writing a single line of code. So it's basically like you have small businesses, large businesses, anyone, even loan developers coming on the platform and building all kinds of chatbots for customer support, marketing, anything sales
Mm-hmm.
on their website, Facebook Messenger, Twitter pages. So they were building bots for everything, right?
Mm.
We got some great traction in the first
So this
year of.
was so Adit, this was your first venture, I believe.
Yeah, this is technically everything has been our first venture because we've been like pivoting. We had pivoted from Chatron to Leena AI, and it's gonna come in the story. So if you
Okay,
just
okay. Okay, Adit. Okay, if you can tell me the name of the company again, I couldn't get it. Cha-
Chatteron,
okay.
I can
Chatter. Yeah,
write
sure.
it down for you. Yeah, I've written it in chat. So
Okay.
Chatteron, it's
Yeah.
actually live on the web right now as well. So in the first year of being, the platform had more than 30,000 people, organizations, people signed up,
Mm-hmm.
and they were building all kinds of bots. And then there was, it was going great, it was growing great. The only
Mm-hmm.
thing was that we were not able to make a lot of money or enough money off of it. Like, it was a classic entrepreneurial, first time entrepreneur mistake, wherein, we trying to be everything for everyone, we basically were nothing for no one, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And though it was very attractive, very low price, still a lot of people were, and a lot of people were even building bots, but they were not ready to pay for it, essentially.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
that's where we
with
started
your
looking at.
okay, so with your this Chatteron, the companies were actually building up chatbots, right? That's the
Yeah,
work that Chatteron was doing. Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
We were
Yeah.
building chatbots for everything: customer support, internal IT, HR,
Okay.
marketing, sales, all kinds of bots, right?
So you guys are
For
preparing that. Okay.
Yeah, no, we were not preparing it. They were themselves coming. It was like a DIY, do it yourself kind of a platform.
Mm-hmm.
where you go and you create your own bot yourself. So we were
Acha.
not doing anything.
Okay. You are just providing a platform.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Hmm.
Now we started looking at segments of customers that were using the product heavily and were ready to pay for it as well. Right.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we found out there was this class of customers which is basically 1,000 employee plus companies
Hmm.
who were building, whose IT team and HR teams were building internal IT and HR bots,
Hmm.
and they were ready to pay good dollars and good money and were using it heavily as well,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
That's where we stumbled upon this because see, engineering nobody learns anything about HR and IT, right?
Hmm.
Unfortunately, but that's the case, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, uh, I spent over six and a half months, you know, following people around and shadowing people to try and understand what are they trying to solve,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And we understood that these IT and HR team members or companies, people in the large companies were essentially building bots because on an average, employees spend a lot of time, a lot of percentage of time of their day just looking for information in an enterprise, right?
Hmm.
And they were trying to simplify that by providing a single interface for all the information that an employee needs.
Hmm.
That's essentially where, making knowledge accessible easily to employees is the motto that we started off with. We basically want to build a Siri for the enterprise. And back then we were a small team of three people.
Hmm.
We understood that we can't, of course, create a Siri for the enterprise because the enterprise application landscapes are
Okay.
typically very complex, right?
Okay. Okay.
So we decided to focus on HR and we launched Leena AI as an HR virtual assistant with the vision
Okay.
of becoming a Siri for the enterprise. But right now the
Okay.
focus is only HR. Since then, it has been an amazing journey.
Hmm.
In 2018, we got our first customers. Then in summer of 2018, we went to Y Combinator and subsequently we raised a $2 million round at the end of 2018.
Hmm.
In the last 12 months, we've seen some really rapid growth. And currently we are around 75 odd people.
Hmm.
We have revenue which has grown over 5x in the last 12 months.
Hmm.
And we are looking at growing again another 5-6x in the next 12, with revenue coming from customers, great global customers like Coca-Cola,
Hmm.
Lafarge Holcim, Sony Pictures, Vodafone, etc., etc.
Got it. Got it. So you guys are, you guys are like Siri for HR team, if I'm not wrong, or Siri for enterprises. I mean, I think Siri for HR team sounds much more relevant than Siri for enterprises, right? I mean, it was quite interesting, right? Your journey started from Delhi, and now directly fresh out of college with new ideas, and then you started something, then you pivoted to a model which finally became, something great and is earning, generating revenues, and also, giving you guys sort of customers. So that's actually a good story, good to hear. And yeah, so so the thing is that, Adit, if I can ask you, like you already told me about this in a brief manner. If you can tell me what was when you started Chatteron, you guys gave a platform for companies to build their own chatbots, right? So
Yeah.
that they can interact. I mean, they can use it anyway. They can use it for their customer. They can use it for their employees. They can use it for any random, for any way, right? It's up to
Yeah.
company. You guys were just providing a platform. So what exactly made you think, or what you and your co-founders think, that why not specifically target the HR team, or why not, like what actually made you guys realize that companies are spending a lot of money or a lot of revenues behind HR teams, so that the employees feel comfortable working in an organization, and they are not worried, or they are always, they always get access to their queries are resolved quickly. So what actually made you I mean, you might have noticed some trend or something that you guys thought, "Ki chalo theek hai. This is something that is looks, interesting and might actually help us to grow further. So what was that thing? What was the problem that you guys noticed?
Right. So essentially, on the platform, on Chatteron itself, we had large HR and IT teams coming on board,
Hmm.
basically signing up and creating HR bots and IT bots, right?
Hmm.
So that's where we realized that, okay, there is a big problem that, of course, we did not understand at that time. And we spent a good 6.5 months shadowing people around to figure out what
Hmm.
that problem was, which was
Hmm.
essentially the lack of access to knowledge, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's where our vision of Siri for employees, Siri for the enterprise came into being.
Hmm.
And we were able to build like a Siri for employees in their hands, on their mobiles, on their laptops,
Hmm.
and everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So now coming to the present Leena AI, is it a conversational AI or is it a chatbot, or I mean, how is it, or like how it helps? Like for instance, if I can give an example. So if I want to see, for instance, when is the next company holiday, or when is the next holiday that I can take from company? Like, what are the problems that Leena AI is solving? Like, how is it helping employees? And is it a conversational AI or a chatbot, or like earlier you had a chatbot? So
Yeah.
has that also shifted, or like if you can now tell me if you can go into the intricacies and tell me like how is Leena AI, what is Leena AI and how it's helping?
Right. So there has been a lot of evolution that has happened in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So number one, we look at, so I mentioned briefly about how knowledge is broken and access to knowledge is broken in large companies, right?
Hmm.
1,000
Hmm.
plus employee companies,
Hmm.
where information is in one system, 5 systems, 10 systems.
Hmm.
There is tribal knowledge which only a person knows or a particular group of people know,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And it's in emails, it's in Dropbox, it is in Box, it's in, like, I don't know, 15 other different data places,
Hmm.
right?
Or only the HR knows. At times also
Yeah,
happens only HR knows. It's
exactly.
with her or it's with him. Yeah.
So, and it's not only about the HR department, right? If you, I'm looking at I'm going to a 30,000 feet view. It's also with the IT department, also with all the support functions,
Hmm.
finance, admin. It's all with all of them. Even with other core departments of any company, it's also with them.
Hmm.
But it is definitely with the support functions for sure, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, one of the biggest things that we realized is, it's not about conversational AI or chatbot or app, right? All of these things are essentially interfaces, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Conversational AI is an interface, or it's an information delivery medium, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
What organizations need is service delivery, end-to-end solutions for service delivery. How to deliver the best experience and the fastest snippets of knowledge to my employees as soon as possible, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So for that, we built an entire service management suite, which is basically right now focused on HR, of course, and it is basically for end-to-end HR service delivery. And
Hmm.
slowly and steadily, we will expand it to other domains like admin, finance, legal,
Hmm.
IT,
Hmm.
etc. as well. But
Hmm.
it is an end-to-end service management suite that we offer with the conversational AI on WhatsApp, being available on WhatsApp, on mobile apps, on desktop, as as just information delivery mediums.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
So basically, I'm thinking of chatbot or conversational AI, or whatever you
Hmm.
call it.
Hmm.
I'm looking at it only as a means to get the information or to get
Okay.
Leena to do something for you, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
The real magic is essentially happening in the backend service delivery, where we have an entire suite of knowledge management, case management, ticketing software,
Hmm.
etc., to be able to do end-to-end HR service delivery for our customers.
Okay. Okay. So Leena AI is available on WhatsApp. It has a app, and then.
It is on WhatsApp. It is available on mobile apps, both Android and iOS. It
Hmm.
is available as native applications on desktops or
Hmm.
laptops with
Hmm.
exe file, as an exe file, or as a DMG file. Exe for Windows and DMG for Mac OS.
Hmm.
And it's also available on all collaboration tools, including the likes of Slack, Microsoft Teams, Workplace by Facebook,
Hmm.
and
Hmm. Hmm.
Outlook
Hmm.
as well.
Hmm. 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 Okay. Okay, so as I can understand is the information. So now if now tell me, Adit, if I have a query, okay, if I have a query regarding some since now you guys are focused in HR particularly. So if I have a query, something on a simple question. So how will I do that? Like, do I have to type or do I have to like what is the procedure?
Yeah. So if you are on your mobile, you can
Hmm.
either open WhatsApp, find Leena AI in your contact list, and
Hmm.
just type the question or just record your voice and send it to Leena.
Hmm.
Right? If you have
Hmm.
the Leena app on your phone, you
Hmm.
can again either open after opening the Leena app, you can either type or just send a voice message, and Leena will understand it and respond back.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, Again, if you are on your laptop, you can open up Slack, Microsoft Teams, Workplace, or Facebook, whatever. You
Hmm.
can directly type a message or send a voice note, and Leena
Okay.
will understand and respond back.
Okay. Okay. Got it. And how will Lena respond?
Leena can respond both as a text and as voice.
Okay. Depending upon the questions, I believe. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. So some questions, the information that is shared with the user is more than that can be processed via voice, right?
hmm.
So basically, if there is a one paragraph, large paragraph, then if Leena keeps speaking, then it will become a long
Hmm.
response, right?
Yeah.
So Leena just says that, okay, I found, I know the answer and it is on your screen,
Okay.
and you can just
Hmm.
quickly read through it.
Got it. So, Adit, so Lena, like, what kind of questions Lena generally is used by enterprises? Like, what typically types of questions, because I believe I read the press release there for yesterday or day before yesterday, the funding press release. There it mentioned that um, I mean, Lena can, solve or, give a quick answer to simpler questions, giving HR more time to, focus on more tough or complex questions, right? So, अगर आप थोड़ा example, if you can give some example, like,
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you
yeah,
the top three categories of questions that we
yeah,
receive,
wonderful.
and this
Hmm.
is global data.
Hmm.
So globally, we have more than 500,000 employees who are using Lean AI today, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Out of them, the top three categories of questions we get is everything to do with money. Number one, right? People just
Okay.
care about money a lot, right?
Hmm.
So when I say money, it would become their salary, their taxes, deductions,
Hmm.
their anything to do with money, which would also mean reimbursements, etc.
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
Second is your leave and time off or your vacations, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
people care about that a lot. And third is insurance and benefits. So
Okay.
that's the third largest category. So I think this is also very intuitive that people, of course, care about these things the most. And then you have people asking a lot of questions on letters that I want my employment letter, I want a visa letter, and
Hmm.
other things as well, of course.
Hmm.
But these are top three categories, and
Hmm.
Leena answers all of them really well. I'll give you an example of Air Asia. Air
Hmm.
Asia has been able to decrease an HR support team. So they had an HR support. They have an HR support team.
Hmm.
In January 2020, that HR support team was of around 102 people.
Hmm.
Right today, after Leena AI was deployed in January, that team has reduced to 68 people.
Hmm.
A huge reduction in terms of time saved for the HR team by
Hmm.
automating away the simpler, repetitive, non-value add questions or queries or grievances employees have.
Hmm. 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 So
Right?
this means the companies are able to save cost and chances of human error are negligible now.
Exactly, and they were able to save time. I think it saves cost. Of course, everyone wants to save cost all the time, but I see more of our customers focusing on using that manpower and doing something better, right?
Hmm.
Because see, HR teams are always short on manpower, always,
Hmm.
right? I don't think you'll ever meet a CHRO, Chief Human Resource Officer or Chief People Officer, who will say that no, I have access people,
Hmm.
right? So
Hmm.
they're always short on people. With technology like ours, they can free up people's time from doing simple, repetitive, non-value add stuff to really
Hmm.
strategic work and improve the life of their employees.
Okay. Okay. Adit, since you gave me the Air Asia's example, just wanted to understand, like as you said, the numbers of like the people working there truncated, like from 102 to 61 or something 62. So do you feel like this modern day technologies are going to someday, or are replacing humans and like their work livelihood? Like, is there something that you would like to comment on this?
So see, I don't. So it's a mixed kind of a response. So if you look at it, technology always replaces people at the end of the day in the long term, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it kind of frees up your time to do better things. For example, earlier, if you look at a simple, any simple agriculture technology,
Hmm.
it basically helped us do something better out of our time, right?
Hmm.
Be it spent in doing better work, better type of work, more value added work, or even give more leisure time, right, to humans.
Okay. Hmm.
So technology is always going to do that, and I think this is exactly what our technology also does. It basically gives you more time to do organizations and people more time to do better things.
Hmm.
That's what our focus is, to give you more and more time to do more strategic work for your organization.
Okay. So basically, it frees up people so that they can focus on much more complex work.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, Adit, now coming to the COVID situation, right? Because this is something nobody expected, and it was unprecedented. And like, how was it for you guys? Like, did you guys see increasing number of like rise in number of onboarding customers, or did you see some customers were leaving? Or I mean, because if I can say, like HR team were the most stressed out department during this COVID time, because there were n number of questions from employees. How is it going to be, or how, like it has been a mess, to be honest, this past 5 6 months, particularly during this lockdown, and how companies and organizations have worked. So if you tell me, like how was it for you guys? Like, how has Leena AI seen this? I believe Leena AI was made for this, to deal with the pressure, to deal with to come up with spontaneous answers. And how was it? You will know better. You will give me a better insight. Tell me.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think overall COVID, the entire unfortunate scenario of COVID pandemic and work from home, forcing everyone into work from home,
Mm,
has been really, really positive on our business.
mm,
The impact of COVID-19 on Leena AI's overall business and overall industry that we are in
mm,
has been extremely, extremely positive. I
mm,
believe, people who used to kind of think about digital transformation and think of HR service delivery, or employee experience, serving employees, or making sure that they have the information while everyone was in a closed space.
mm,
They used to think that, okay, you can go and talk to someone there and
mm,
get done, etc. But
mm,
with this, everyone was like forced to adopt the technologies available in the market, right?
mm,
And
mm,
we have grown extremely, extremely well, and I believe that the impacts, or the kind of the changes we have seen come into the market because of COVID-19 will
mm,
definitely continue even after COVID-19, and we will definitely reap that benefit
mm.
in the long run.
Okay. Okay. Adit, as you said, there was a definitely increase in numbers. Like the numbers were positive. So if you can give us a sneak peek of numbers, like maybe an average number, percentage, like how it was, like a number of onboarding clients, or the revenue that you percentage that
Sure,
you
sure.
saw grow. Yeah.
So I can give you one number, which is essentially, we had an increase of 300% in inbound requests as compared to same quarter last year.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
More than
Request, but
300% increase is, and we're continuing to see that.
okay. So this is request percentage, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Inbound requests on our website.
Okay, so this means that they are interested to join or come.
Yes, they're interested. They want a demo and they want to purchase the product, subscribe the product.
Okay. And I believe there was 350% growth in revenue
I'm
in the
sorry,
last
can you please
nine.
come again?
There was a 350% growth in revenue in last 9 months.
Yes, absolutely. I think that information is already available in the press release.
Yes, yes, yes. And okay, okay, great, great. So, Adit, moving on, uh, like I believe you must have had some ideas, like because pretty soon, hopefully, with God's grace, we will get the vaccine, and world will try to get back to normal.
Yeah.
So yes, so what's your future plans? Like, if you can share us something with us, something interesting that you would like us to know. And
Yeah, absolutely. So there's only one future plan for us, and that is hyper growth.
hmm,
We have set ourselves an internal target of growing by 6 times in the next 12 months. Uh,
okay,
in
six
terms
times
of
in month of in terms of
revenue in the
okay.
next 12 months.
Hmm,
And I think that's the only thing we are gunning towards. COVID, no COVID, work from home, no work from home,
hmm.
new normal, no new normal. Leena AI is only focusing on achieving that 6x number.
Okay. Okay. Acha, Amit, Adit, I forgot to ask you one thing. COVID, I touched about it, but particularly regarding work from home, that is something that I missed out. How was
I'm
that
sorry.
work? Uh, COVID, I asked you about like how it was about COVID, but I missed out on work from home wala, perspective. So how was work from home? Like, how did you see that? How was it during work from home times? Like, how did Leena AI help it, or was there some significant rise or something?
Yeah, so when I responded about COVID-19, I was talking about work from home itself because see, with COVID-19 hitting, everyone was forced to work from home, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it kind of exposed more cracks in terms of service delivery, HR service delivery for employees of large companies.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
that's
Hmm.
where our inbound requests grew by over 300% as compared to same time last year. Uh,
Okay.
so it's been an amazing thing for our business, at least for
Hmm.
sure.
Hmm. 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 Okay. Adit, so can you tell me like where all like in which all countries Leena AI is being used?
So yeah, we are live in more than I think 50 plus countries. I'm not keeping any more count, but
Okay.
we are in all major. So employees that use Leena AI today are
Hmm.
based out of all continents, which includes North America, Latin America, Europe, everywhere across the world, Australia, Africa, Southeast Asia, India. They're literally everywhere.
Hmm.
And I believe with more and more enterprise customers and more and more large companies adopting Lean AI,
Hmm.
again like the likes of Abbott, Lafarge Holcim, Coca-Cola, AirAsia,
Hmm.
Vodafone,
Hmm.
Sony
Hmm.
Pictures, will definitely enter into whatever I think countries are remaining.
Okay.
Very soon. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are using artificial intelligence, right, to
Yes.
help? Yes. So Adit, this is something that I wanted to ask. Like nowadays, we are seeing a lot of artificial intelligence, right? A lot of startups are coming up with artificial intelligence, and coming up with solving solutions that earlier might would have taken some time. So what's your thought on this? Like, what's like? Do you feel artificial intelligence is something like uh, how mobile phones changed us or how internet changed us? Like, what do you feel about artificial intelligence?
So I definitely think that artificial intelligence is the future of the world. It's where all of technology is heading towards,
Hmm.
and I think it's going to simply change the way we work, we live, and I strongly believe it's going to give humans more time back, allowing them to do better things with their time across all fields, across everything. It also has the ability to unlock potential things that we as humans could never think of. So, for example, first when search came, Google
Hmm.
search or Yahoo search or whatever search came,
Hmm.
we had the sudden ability of being able to like search for terms or search for things on the internet and finding like lots of knowledge, lots of information on our fingertips, right?
Hmm.
Now, with artificial intelligence, if I tell you that, you give a machine the power of going through, billions and billions of documents to not just search for things, but contextually analyze, put things together, and give you a meaningful, response to a query you have. For example, I'm just giving you an example,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Then that is significantly going to improve human life, right?
Hmm.
And I think that's going to happen. And I strongly believe that's where we are headed.
Hmm.
And it's going to be a beautiful future where technology is going to enable us to do way more
Hmm.
with our
Hmm.
time.
Okay. Okay. That was lovely. Yeah. Adit, I think that's a wrap from my end. I mean, it was lovely speaking to you. And yes, I wish you all the success for future. And hopefully, when once this COVID thing is done, and we can finally meet, physically, and we can exchange, greetings, and we can talk more. And please stay connected
Absolutely.
and stay safe
Absolutely.
here. Yes.
Absolutely. And I have one question from you. So, by when should we expect something for this to come out?
You can expect, by Sunday or by Monday. Maximum, that's the maximum time I'm giving you, by Sunday or Monday. It can happen quite sooner.
Absolutely. Makes sense. Thank you so much for your time. It
Yeah,
was
thanks,
a
Adit.
pleasure talking to you. Have a great day.
Likewise, likewise. Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Adit, also one request. Once you are done with the recording, can you please share it with me?
Yeah, yeah, I will definitely share the link.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks again. Thanks again so much.
Absolutely. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye.